Just kidding. Just kidding, guys.
I was going to say use 5% off at checkout at bluechew.com, or if you want 5% off. You know what? That might be a real affiliate code if you put my name in there for Blue Chew.
Oh, yeah?
It could be a real
It could.
affiliate code.
Yeah.
Strong possibility.
Who was it that said that they just put Dick Burns in affiliate codes?
Cortez.
Cortez. Yeah, that's right.
I believe it was him.
We just put Dick Burns in our sub codes and hope for the best.
Yeah.
It's too funny. Okay, so we have Ryan on the right and Ben on the left. I believe that's Ryan's crazy playmat.
It's what is that, a Haunter?
Yeah.
We're covered up right now. Oh, it's all of them.
Yeah, it is all of them. It's really
Where's
sick
Celeste?
art. Yeah, that's a good. Where's Celeste?
My God.
Is Celeste in chat?
She knew I was coming too. Celeste. I hope she watches this back. I hope she feels very much shame because I never get to see her anymore.
Well, that's because you moved back to where you were born and raised.
Yeah, we're back to my hometown where I was born and raised. You can tell by my accent.
All right, so Ryan is sporting Amber Emerald.
He is.
And I'm very excited to see this. This is a list that leading up to Chicago, Ryan and I worked very hard on with Celeste. And we're trying our damnedest to play this deck in Chicago, and we kind of just gave up.
Yeah, and I don't blame you. And Ryan was nice enough to contribute to the pot.
Not right now. I'm good. Thank you.
Ryan was nice enough to contribute to the pot this tournament by allowing people to have some buys.
I believe he's 1-1.
Oh, and look at that. Look at his stone deck off to the side.
Mulling 7?
No, he has a stone deck.
Oh, stone decks. Okay.
Yes, as his ink counters. Loved it. As deeply entrenched Magic players say, love to see it.
Love to see it, he says. Trying to get a little bit better of a view here for this one. I think it got dinked a little bit.
Yeah.
Do some maintenance. So yeah, Amber Emerald is a really fun deck to play, guys. I love this deck. I think it's probably the most difficult deck I've ever played in Disney Lorcana. I think it's incredibly difficult to win with.
Yeah, I think that's where half the difficulty comes from.
Yeah. And like every match is, you know, I will say from my humble opinion, I think that this might be a very favorable matchup for Ryan. In testing, I don't know that I lost many games against Sapphire Steel. This is like one of the reasons why I was really considering playing Amber Emerald actually in Chicago, is I felt that this matchup in particular was so very good. And I will say that this is a very different deck. This is not like the general Sapphire Steel that we're actually used to. Actually, if you're interested in this deck, it is in /X, I believe. So our Sapphire Steel is the Team Sapphire Steel deck with Ben playing it, and it's a bit different. It's got some new and fun and creative cards.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad that Rob didn't get to showcase it first.
Yeah, it's okay.
Since Rob
We're a team.
really worked on it.
He showcased it all day yesterday.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you so much for the follow, RYLXTJ.
There we go.
And all the way from Germany. Appreciate it so much.
I don't want to derive too much from the play match here, right? But this is the first time we're actually seeing someone use the Inkwell aspect. How do we feel about it?
Pointless.
Yeah.
Feels pointless. Feels showing off. Feels flashy.
Well, here's the thing that I find most interesting is that if we're at a Lorcana challenge, we can't use these things. They're never going to let you put a random logo on the screen.
Well, you can't use it in the feature match.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So, like,
yeah.
It's a really weird rule to me.
Yeah, and it can't be a Lorcana card, so... I am shocked that he is not using his own World Championship card.
That'd be cool.
I expect you to have a giant stack of...
no, Perceptor is way too big.
A giant stack of Perceptors.
I could have Convex, but that card's awful, so we would never do that. Shout out to all my TF friends, though. Perceptor is way too large.
Yeah, Decepticons roll out.
No, stop it. Okay, so we did get to see some stuff there we missed. Was a one-jump hit, or was it just a complete whiff? Ooh.
It was a complete whiff. It's almost as if I distract us.
So, no, it's not that, right? And this is an interesting line. Like, he's playing against Sapphire Steel. He might be thinking, you know, there are certain songs I'm looking to hit. And our version of the deck doesn't play that many songs.
That's true. I feel like once you're not playing one jump ahead, 1, 2, and that you're playing playing a Smee, the jig is kind of up on the song aspect of the deck.
So it's notable
But
here.
it's also a 2-drop 1/3.
This card all the way out in Timbuktu is a Fishbone Quill. It is out of the Umbrella range, guys. If you're just tuning in, it's out of the Umbrella range.
Yeah, some people draw cards with, some people put their cards all the way to the right for some reason. That's okay.
Left.
That's the right.
It's the left, Bo. It's the left.
No, they're card.
No, that's a Fishbone Quill. His deck's
Yeah,
on the
some
left.
people put their cards all the way to the
I
right
thought you
for
were
some
saying
reason.
well, you said draw from the right. So I'm thinking,
No. Sorry.
You know,
I didn't mean to say draw.
we actually have 2 left-handed players in this game, which I respect very much.
I don't.
I know you don't.
Left-handed people are the worst.
No.
Yeah, my wife is left-handed.
Oh, I'm sorry, Liz. I guess I opened him up for that.
Yeah, I give her the lefts and the rights.
All right, so here we are. We are double Ursuling. We're having fun. I don't remember the hand, sadly, but I'm assuming that this Ursula is safe from the particular line here.
Now, 1st to 20 is just
I'm the same way. I'm actually right-handed and prefer my deck on the left also, but I am a tad ambidextrous. Like, I'm a little weird. I play golf and hockey left-handed. Yeah, I'm a bit different. Built different.
It'd be nice if we could see what Ben is inking. Hopefully Ryan can.
Yeah, well, there's a whole...
And there's a
early
whole
old-
new world.
Ooh, look at the pretty Rapunzels, guys.
We have a Pete sighting.
Yeah.
Again, donating to the pot.
So Pete, Muse, Rapunzel. These are... Honestly, this list is pretty close to where we were at in Chicago.
And that
these are
hand-
conversations that we all had. The
The hand looked incredible.
It looked where he wanted it to be, for sure.
Muses has to be.
The
Pretty
reason
great.
why this matchup is so favorable, and specifically in this line, is because like one Under the Sea can just remove everything that we're doing, which is great. Did we have a Cogsworth in play, or should that Smee have a damage?
He has captains in play.
Oh, he has captains in play.
2 of them, in fact.
That's right. We're captain. Captain, my captain.
Yeah, we're going back to playing bad cards.
Captain Hook.
Yeah.
Captain Hook is not a bad
I
card.
don't like stats, unless it's Archimedes. Archimedes is an all-star.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I really just wanted to shout out Archimedes.
I know you did. Captain Hook has been doing a massive amount of work in several different matchups. I think really giving you little points here and there to make them just a little bit either less unfavorable or slightly more edging out your particular better matchups.
Ryan continues to look through his discard pile to feel depressed.
It is interesting, right? Like, so we have 5.
I mean, listen, it's Ryan. He could have Hades. If we're being honest.
I'm willing to bet that we do not have the Emerald Hades. I mean, what does that card really do for us? That's our Sir Hiss. I'm a big advocate.
I don't know, but we could have the Amber Hades.
Oh, sure. That's true. That's fine. That card's good. Or Part of Your World. It's very possible that this deck is a Part of Your World.
That's true. Double Part of Your World.
That would be kind of
Ryan,
cool.
Ryan.
Double Part of Your World to pick up my Ariel and my Muse. I'm not upset about this.
Ryan, yep, there we go.
There we go.
Ryan sees things in card games on a different scope.
What I like about this
And
is
it's always been good for
the
him.
fact that I'm proving that I actually do play.
Oh, the game's over, Ben. You have to concede. You just have to concede on pure.
I'm proving that I put a lot of effort into this deck because I could name the bad card that no one could remember that Ryan was maybe playing.
Yeah.
It always makes me feel good.
As my friend Graham would say, you play too much of this game.
I have a love for this deck. We'll have to see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's like a mistress. You sneak it around. It's not good for you.
We are aware that these players are 1-1. Ryan lost the Ruby Amethyst. I'm not certain what Ben lost to. Oh, okay, so we're bouncing.
We're musing.
Oh, I see now. I see.
He's also.
I didn't see the painting. He kind of just threw it down, not actually reveal, I think, so.
He pointed. It's okay.
All
I was
right.
distracting you with bad jokes.
Fair enough. So, we're maintaining board position pretty well here. The Muse is also a great card against Hiram, by the way.
Yeah.
pay for, draw 2 cards. Sounds great, but not when you have to do it every time.
Hardcasting friends always feels bad.
Yeah.
You're doing that
For one more.
And you have to have an item in play.
Yeah, for sure. Still linkable.
The fact that they're 1/1, by the way, I think is more interesting. Their lives are on the line here.
In a way, in a 6-round tournament, starting at 1-2 is pretty much daggers, for sure. So this is almost like a bubble match.
Yeah. And it was two of the better players in the tournament.
Yeah, it can happen. In this format, I think it's very difficult to really start out, undefeated. Honestly, in a format that feels very matchup dependent.
Yeah, we're not playing chess.
Mm-hmm. So we were able to remove the characters from the table here, get some trades, which I think is really, this is kind of the key factor here. And while we have 7 new cards, which is nice, and we have some lines, Ryan has gained 0 lore.
Yeah, I'm feeling great from Ben. As much as we're hyping up Ryan here, we just love seeing these awesome cards. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling good if I'm Ben, though, in this position. I mean, like I said, yesterday I played against Kylie. I banished every character she had twice, and she beat me. So...
Different matchup, but
yeah, but yeah, the deck has a hard time closing.
It really does. It's very difficult for this deck to find. Is that
we're inking a family?
Look at my family. Yeah.
And we're bare necessity.
All right, so we bare necessities, which does hit a dime or a Fortisphere.
Yep. So
my guess is Fortisphere here, but the deck doesn't have an answer to dime either. Ooh, look at that. He has to read the
They
Mickey.
both have to concede. They both have to concede the game. I guess that cancels each other out.
The Mickey is so interesting. So yeah, for those of you wondering, we are a 5-cost inkable 3/4.
Yes.
With shift 3.
And quest for 2.
Quest for 2, and the ability of, I can't remember the name of the ability. Sweep away.
Only Rob would.
It might be like sweep away or something like that. Where when it comes in, it deals damage to a chosen character equal to the number of brooms you have in play. But really, what it does is it is a shiftable character onto your Mickey Mouse detectives.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse. The chip damage not so effective in this deck anymore when you're trying to close out the game in 1 or 2 turns later.
Yeah.
Yesterday we did have a line where we had 1 broom out and we were able to shift, deal 1 damage to an Aladdin, grab your swords, clear the entire board.
We inked our Mickey. Bye-bye. We are really going wide here. We are opening ourselves up to,
Key to Under the Sea.
Key to Under the Sea would, we are untapping so fast that I think we might see it.
Ryan is quite excited.
Yeah.
I've done the most playtesting in my life where this game with you, second most with Ryan.
Yeah.
So
when you untap that fast, it means on average you got the goods.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if we have it. But it would be a really powerful play line right now. Oh, there it is, guys. There it is. Oh,
yep.
It feels so good.
Not sure what took him so long. We spotted it 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, with the moment he untapped, we knew it was over. Yeah, so... this was our judge rolling.
Oh, awesome.
So the judge rolling is the player who plays Under the Sea gets to choose the order of the cards going underneath your deck.
Cool.
Yeah. Fun fact. If we're wrong, please let us know in chat. If we have any judges in chat, you're probably more knowledgeable than I am, but that is the belief that is the answer.
Yeah, and the fact that you're under the seeing and your opponent's entire board and they're not conceding also speaks to the strength of this deck.
Yeah. Where did the aerial go? Did I miss that?
This is true. Where is an aerial?
All right, cool.
I'll go look.
Confirmed. Yeah, I don't know. I missed if the aerial was removed somehow.
Return to hand with music.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's it. Yep, we're good.
I don't need to look. I don't even need to watch the stream.
I was just, we were talking through some stuff.
When you're the best player in the world, it's kind of difficult to sneak one past me.
He did leave the table before he thought about it, guys. Just saying.
Well, it's like, you have to walk into a room, forget what you're doing, and then figure it out.
Or it's like when you want to say something specific, you're like, oh, I remember the name of that. Wait, I can't remember it. And then you start to Google it, and then you remember. I do that all the time.
Splendid, thank you so much for the follow.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
shout outs. So we have a second Under the Sea now, which the game honestly might not be about that anymore. With
But it also changes how Ben is going to play the rest of the game.
Probably, but we have Dime. You know, now that we have a Dime established, we can just kind of start chipping away at lore gains and forcing Ryan to have multiple cards to get cards underneath Under the Sea. Now that we're in the mid game, we have several cards, honestly, that just have bigger than 2 strength. You know, Gastons, Tamatoas, Cogsworth is. Cogsworth does. lose to it.
Tamatoa does get hit if we have a Kita.
Yes, we have to have second Kita or a way to bounce Kita. So this is interesting. That's a good pickup there. I don't know. I guess it's weird. I don't know if we need to do it this turn. Where I think the paint is actually a really good card to still have around. But you know, in the end, even in a world where I'm gonna end up singing paint with my my own aerial and then picking it back up, just to find the next answer, I think is pretty important.
The fact that you can shift a Kita and then return it to your hand
Yes.
when you, because I just found out Kita also hits itself.
Yeah.
I was able to brawl a Kita against someone, and I felt dirty.
So this is tough, right? Like, it could be what Ben has drawn here. Oof, I mean
Having to cash in a dime.
That is like the ultimate. I probably would have conceded.
With Ryan on 3, I'm sorry, there's just no way that I'm not seeing another card or 2 before doing that. But
there's just no threat to the game.
Tamatoa gets it back if he can find one.
That's true. I mean, if we're looking for it, like, I don't even know if we've seen a popsicle early in the game.
He had a Fortisphere at one point.
because he got rid of he had a Fortisphere, but I think was that the Bare Necessities? I think Fortisphere got Bare Necessitied, and then the first card he popped was a Fishbone Quill.
Gene X, thank you so much for the follow. Side view looks right.
Yeah, it's just kind of where we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
Moving setup can't always be perfect.
We are on a ladder.
I was, at least.
Yeah. Well, by we, I mean your view is on a ladder.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Ryan feels that he's winning this game handily.
Yeah, I mean...
from his mannerisms, from knowing him for so long.
Honestly, when you really look at this board, last turn, knowing my opponent just picked up an Undersea, if my play is 2 characters in a world where I have Lucky Dime, it's not how we're going to win the game. We're not winning the game through these characters.
That painting would have been great right now.
Yeah, would have been perfect. I mean, Bruno is still pretty good, though, right? So... Yeah, this is easy, right? We get rid of Smee, we shuffle up. We still have a trigger from Muses. The Muses can bounce the Avalanche. Yeah, that's not doing anything in this matchup anyway. The question here is, we're just going to bounce Hybrid. Yeah, I think that we... no. Yeah, cool. Can't pick up his own aerial. I was like, wait a minute, we don't have 2 Muses. What are we doing? We're leaving Muse? We're picking up. What are we doing? Picking up Hiram. Alright, cool. Yeah, it's like this. I think now we're at a state where we would need multiple grab your swords and things like that.
We would, I don't think we're at a reasonable.
Yeah, I think we
need to Tinkerbell this turn, grab.
Yeah, which we do have double grab, so we do get to, really remove a lot of the board. The punishing thing here is if there's a second Rapunzel. Second Rapunzel would probably just flat in the game. But it is crazy, right? We just had that gigantic board. Here's the thing, right? So we had this gigantic
whole
board.
new world.
That's true. We had this gigantic board. We had all the control for several turns in the game, and now we're only on 8 lore. We haven't fully pressured the game. Here's a Muse. The interesting play here, right,
Returning
is he could sing.
Yeah,
So he can sing here, get a card, pick up his Rapunzel, play the Rapunzel, draw 3 cards. Pretty good. I don't hate it.
I kind of actually just like questing for 4. Just end the game. He would have to top deck Tinkerbell to really punish you. He definitely did not have Tinkerbell in his hand, or he would have played it instead of the double grab, in my opinion. That way he could sing, grab, play something else. Forest Sphere, Hiram. Kind of just dirtling. That's what the deck does, though.
Yeah, the deck does a lot of drawing for what it's worth. It's one of those where obviously we were excited to finally see some popsicles and force spheres to like help with everything, but definitely not great. There's the Tink. I'm more than confident there isn't 4 grab your swords in this list, so we're not going to have another crazy double grab play.
Yeah.
And like every song now for the rest of the game really just threatens more drawing from Rapunzel's. You know, this next turn could just be like quest for 6, play any action, return Rapunzel, play Rapunzel, draw more cards. And I just think it's going to be really, really difficult for Ben to kind of get back into this one. He just missed a lot of opportunity here.
It's also a good thing Ryan did not take my advice because he did draw the Tinkerbell. off the Forest Sphere Hiram. Off the Ancestral Recall.
Yeah.
He drew the Tinkerbell.
But you can see here, I don't have the exact timer of the game, but you know these games for Amber Emerald are grinds. It really is. There we go, Lucifer, which did discard the Whole New World. So we do now have effectively made it to the game where like all of my dudes are effectively 2 lore characters. We're on 9 or 10. Looks like we're somewhere in the middle there. This is interesting. So what are we bouncing here? We're just bouncing Hiram? Or are we just going to bounce the Lucifer? We missed our opportunity to bounce any of our cards that we really wanted to, so we're just getting rid of Hiram again, which is great. I mean, honestly, like you said, paying 4 for friends on the other side and needing something feels real bad. Ink the Ursula Singer. At this point, she's not useful anymore. I think I'm just turning cards sideways. I'm totally fine with this. You know, this is a really difficult spot for Sapphire Steer here. You're looking at a Tink, which can trade and get rid of the Lucifer, which is maybe...
Yeah, it can take... Well, it doesn't need to trade.
No, I'm saying,
yeah.
So like
straight up,
like we just
banish Rapunzel, take 4 lore off the board.
Yeah.
We're only 5 lore away from winning, 6 lore away from winning.
Yeah. So
would you have quested with muses this turn? How much more value do we need our muses to have?
I think it's about whatever he leaves left over, getting the ability to untap it as a 2 lore ready character.
Yeah. So like if he
I think the
Quest
truth
with
is
Muses, Tinkerbell runs into Muses and kills Lucifer, and you're up another lore?
Maybe.
Effectively gain 2 lore from Muses?
Yeah, it's very possible. It could be a little bit safe.
But when you are destroying someone with a card, you kind of don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah, it really is. Like, the constant time walk is really powerful, right? So you put the 1 on here, and we get to untap with 4 lore. I think we're on 15. So we only have to find a single lore. And through both of these cards...
Muse Quest for 1, does it not?
Is it only a 1?
I
might be
so.
wrong.
That's why I was saying
think it is a 1,
effective. Effective, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think 1's correct.
I'm right 1 out of 10 times.
2 would make that card a little bit better for sure. What's the left, right side for? If the update lore on each side. Yeah, it's just really hard to track on certain things, so we're kind of leaving it. Yesterday was for the face cam setup from our stream, so normally there's face cams, but we don't have the ability to have face cams here today, so that's kind of where it's at.
Yeah, we do have the trackers in the center of the table going in opposite directions. You can see where the halfway, like the breakaway point is.
Yeah. And we've been, on average, oh man, that's it. We're just conceding, right? Like, what are we still hanging around for?
I think Ben is mainly hanging around for the stream, but we do want to conserve time.
But for time, right? Like,
yeah,
I think it's okay to take the L,
Yeah, I think it's in Ben's best interest to concede.
Yeah, at this moment,
and not go to time. Clock management is not just a thing in football.
So what we have, 5, 3, 3. He's on the draw. We could theoretically just not do anything this turn and say you have to draw, I don't know, grab your swords or something. And if you don't, I just turn everything sideways and win the game. I mean, honestly, the only thing that's problematic with this board state is oh wait, what do we have? Do we have something
It
good?
looks like we're Bruno.
If it's a Bruno, the game's just over, right? Like we just get rid of it completely. Now, okay. He's triggering muses to target. I think he forgot to quest here. We should have quested first, right? For the muse trigger. Either way, I think this is safe. This is basically representing lethal next turn. Actually, it's not, right? Because we're only on 15 or 14. We're only on 14. So
1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 in play.
okay, but the Tamatoa can just take out the Kita,
Yes.
so it's not like that's there. We're only at 4. Getting rid of the Tinkerbell was definitely the number 1 play, though. But man, you guys see what I'm talking about? Like how difficult it is for this deck to win. Pick up 3. I think this is like, I don't know. We're at the point where I'm like pretty confident that there's still an Under the Sea in Ryan's hand.
Yes, I believe he picked one up earlier. A Beast Hard-Headed.
Okay.
And a Mickey is going into the Inkwell with a Fishbone Quill.
Very fair. So we have 4. We have some tricks. We have 2 cards that we can't interact with, though. Another Kita would kind of do it, right? So this is Paint the Roses.
Paint the Roses red.
So he gets the draw. He gets the bounces Ariel back if you so choose, which we will. We'll play another Ariel. I think is that a second paint? Or no, it was a
Bare Necessities.
That's what I was saying. I was like, it'll force her to just do that.
It's just so funny. Like we're like close to the end zone. We're really there, and this just shows that everything that Ben's doing is actually still more threatening. That you have to set up these crazy lines to try and get in, like just over the end zone.
Yeah, it's
Like this is not a deck that I literally don't think you can recommend this deck to anybody.
yeah.
It's so difficult. So now we have the hard-headed low enough that it could be sung away. There's a world where we haven't inked yet. So, okay. That's what we really needed. We needed that forever ago, though. So now it's not as useful.
Because now we can't cast it.
Yeah. So we could Under the Sea and get rid of 2 cards. But then we're not getting any lore, you know? Very tough. We did do it, so... But now, like I said, now we didn't get any lore, and this just gives Ben an opportunity to just draw back into the game. You know?
Yeah, I mean, he could take out Lucifer here freely.
Yeah, I mean, he could have done that anyway. We didn't get to see exactly all the things that he drew with Hiram. So we ended up deciding to bounce the Muses over and then play a Diablo. Ben has no hand, I suppose?
Oh, Ben didn't even show his hand.
He didn't have one. So what did we find? Doesn't look like the best card ever. It is. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's
this
a
sounds
gas
pretty
summon.
good. That's not
Perfect.
bad. Fortisphere.
Fortisphere, Popsicle?
Yeah. All right, so we're back. We got some presents on the board. We do have the "Lost in the Woods," that song that we
Yes.
found at the end there. So we could just be setting up for failure if there's another Under the Sea in Ryan's hand.
Which would be 4?
3, I believe. He found the one very early and never played it. That was the one that we just saw last turn.
Yeah.
Like there was like 5, 6, 7 turns, I think, in between finding it and playing it. So we decided to just leave the aerial to draw a card to play another pop or force sphere.
Yeah, I like it. Ryan has no way of just gaining a lore, like just out of nowhere gaining a lore.
It's very difficult. It really is.
I think Ben should have done the math here on if questing with Tomato returning Lucky Dime was worth popping that.
It's
that
potential.
popsicle.
It's potential a next turn thing. Like you were never gonna be able to Lucky Dime and cast, right? And he's already at the halfway line. Like he's sitting around 9
Yeah,
10.
that's what I'm saying. So I'm pretty sure.
It's not. He's 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, because he can't quest with a Kassan this turn.
No. Next turn. Setting up a next turn.
Well, next turn the dime is live, period, right?
I don't know.
I think so. He has to have the combo. He also has to get this Muses in play, or have combo with Undersea, and he doesn't have the resources to sing both, so we'd have to pay to play the Lost in the Woods and then sing with Lucifer and Ariel and gain 0 lore again. But that would effectively once again board wipe him. So there is that world. Everyone is seeing the struggle with Amber Emerald right now. It's so close.
And this is he has a World's Greatest Criminal Mind.
Okay, yep. This is a card that's very good in this matchup. He would love to have found the
I
barrel
mean,
here.
okay, now I'm confused. Are we not just slamming Muses, World's Greatest Criminal Mind, returning Hiram, Lost in the Woods, returning Gaston, questing?
Yeah, that would be the ideal line here. It's hard to see everything going on. It looks like Muse.
A Bare Necessities.
Oh, is it a You Have Forgotten Me maybe also? No, that card's not doing anything in this matchup. Well, not particularly right now in this game state, I should say. We have a lot of resources. 10? Looks like 10. Maybe 9? 3, 6, 9?
Goose Drank Wine.
Yeah. That is the real lyrics, guys. Can you tell me what the time and round is? What the time it's supposed to end is? It's normally written on the paper in the front. This is crazy. Okay.
I asked Rob, I thought he knew, but he said he didn't know.
Okay. Yeah, he looks like puzzled.
Yeah, and this is a world champion
Yeah,
trading card
that's
game
what I'm saying.
player.
This deck is so difficult. It truly is. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
like at no point are we knocking the players.
no, like this deck is so difficult. You can see we've been at the same lore total for 3 turns now. This is the issue. This deck is completely capable of clearing this board for the next 3 or 4 turns. But when your opponent just replays all the cards you're playing and you can't just undersee everything, then you're never establishing a lead in the game or establishing a way to win the game. And right now, we're in this difficult world. You know, we're going to sing potentially with...
No, that's not mine. Yeah, I don't know. No, it's not mine.
so we have a partier world? Interesting. So maybe we're looking for an aerial here to dig, or just a Diablo. Okay. Oh, okay. Maybe that's interesting. So the Diablo here is giving us an evasive threat, which is nice. What did he pick up? He picked up
Return
something.
the Lucifer to his hand.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool.
Ben has 1 card.
Yep. So we get rid of that. We get to bounce the Hiram.
Yeah, and then we get to Lucifer both cards.
Assuming, yep.
Yep.
That's pretty good. So yeah, there is your tank turn, right?
Yeah, I like his play. I like the play I presented as well. The play I presented would have left. Well, it would have put a bunch of cards in hand.
Gravity George is pretty strong here.
Yep.
That's pretty good draw at the top, right? And we just gain 3 lore, right? You know? And we're just closing.
I mean, at what
I don't mean to laugh at this.
point do we quest with the
The hook?
hook? I
Um,
mean, it's gonna keep him off Singer 9.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, because if he's just singing anyway, it doesn't matter. Like, the sing gets rid of it no matter what. So the threat of hook doesn't matter. And there's any... The problem is, like, I think you're supposed to quest with hook because you're never going to challenge with it because there's never going to be a ready character.
Yes.
Alright, so
And another Regeki.
yeah. By singing everything, returning our cards, playing the aerial.
Missed one lore that was probably free. It probably will not matter.
I don't think he missed the lore.
No, by the not questing with hook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for Ben's side, sure.
Yeah. Looking for
I wonder if he
essentially
bounced.
any threat.
At this point, we're definitely getting to the point where we've seen enough 4 cards that we maybe have reached ourselves.
Fishbone Quill.
I don't think... Oh, okay. Well, that's the turn we wanted. We waited. We spent the last 6 turns hoping our opponent finally bricked.
Yep.
It happened. So we get 1. I'm not even sure what he played. Oh, look at my family.
Yes. The hard way.
Yep. I mean, hey, may as well. 1, 2,
Inking a
3.
Diablo. Playing an aerial. Hitting a bare necessity is almost choosing nothing.
Yeah. Quest. So we're at 16, I think. Draw. Is that it? We finally die?
Oh, no, backdoor. Yep, choosing nothing was a viable option. Nova Man XL brought this up and willed it into existence. Did we hit another one? Did we
Oh,
punish them for taking too long to win?
No.
And we have more cards in our deck because of all the cards getting put to the bottom.
Interesting.
He's got 2 Fishbone Quills. It's not a matter of ink.
Yeah, he could definitely double ink. Popsicle. Quill.
He's very excited.
Are we gonna get
He's
there?
getting me excited.
Are we gonna get there?
I don't need Blue Chew anymore.
Does he have it?
He would have slammed it if he
I don't
had
think he
it.
has it. He looks hesitant.
1, 2, 3. Ryan is on lethal.
He's on 16, right?
Right.
No, it's only 19.
I think he's on
Ink
17.
return. Are they brooms?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, well,
I think he's only on 16, so he's only
I mean,
representing
must be.
3 lore. Oh my god, how many cards are left in that deck? It is so low.
he's
Oh
wondering the
my
same.
goodness.
I think he realized mistakes may have been made dirtling a little too much.
I mean, he didn't have any other choices. It's
At
kind of the
points.
thing.
Maverick, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
So we are just playing it with no quest or anything. We're just looking to bounce our opponent's cards back to our hand. Use is interesting. We can kind of reset the whole board again. So this can just bounce a broom. With Muse trigger, we can play a Muse, play another card, and bounce both other cards. Yeah, right? So trigger, bounce.
At this point, we're not bouncing a Hiram.
Yeah, it's kind of true. I don't know. Wouldn't you? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. But making them pay 4 is definitely better
Well,
than leaving it and then
How
letting
many
quest.
cards? Ben should be able to go through his mind right now and count his deck and know how many of them are characters on the bottom of his deck.
Yeah.
Plus a
Oh,
Gaston
sure.
of 2.
Yeah, you're talking 8 or 9
Yes,
Yeah.
plus a Gaston of 2. We have to be.
above. It looks.
We have
above.
to be at 20% plus of winning this game with a whole new world.
Alright, so we Bruno'd it.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the Bruno first because I think we want that Hiram gone.
4.
Cogsworth.
Okay. Well, we still have the potential here.
I mean, this would be a YouTube highlight for the ages.
We go to 19. That's a 1-4. All right.
All right.
Let's see. We draw. We hire him. Can we find it? Do we live? Oh my God. God.
Oh, man. Someone clip that, please. We've got 2 clips. Make it 3.
Your audio's low.
Okay.
Just him? Because the microphone
The microphone.
is closer to me.
I have an idea. We can.
That was incredible.
Wow.
Guys, shuffle up. We've got another game to play unless Ryan's conceding the match, which I wouldn't blame him.
Oof. That's insane.
That was incredible. Chat, how are you not excited about this? Got 100 viewers right now.
I mean,
this is.
it's funny because,
We
like,
got
you know,
a follow from Vodger.
like we
Vodger.
had
Appreciate
so
it.
many turns there that we sat on 15 lore, and you know, this is my biggest gripe with this deck is that
I think Ryan did.
It just conceded, right?
Genuinely concede the
Yeah.
match. I would have done the same.
And I think this is a fundamental problem with this list is that it has this innate ability to, and if you want to go out of your way and you want to put cards like flutes and like pride lands and stuff in your deck, you're not Amber Steel. You can't effectively do the exact same things. So when you start talking about all those things, we'll go over to here to scene. As I'm starting to edit some of the audio, we're hearing that the audio is kind of low, guys. We're gonna try and fix it for you. Is this one? This is not turned on. We're gonna turn this one on. Cool. There's our that. Go away. And we're trying to work it for you, but you know, this is just the epitome of that deck. This is the reason why I keep saying, like, man, I would play this deck at League every week and be like really happy with like what I'm doing in the game. But at the same time, let me know if I've gotten a lot louder. Oh, okay. But yeah, so it did exactly what I said it was going to do, you know? And it was played by almost perfectly.
I
if
will
we're
tell
being
you
honest.
the exact reason you're gonna want to play this deck is if you enjoy best of ones.
Let's bring Ryan on real quick. Ryan, come on over.
Come on back.
On stream, Ryan.
Oh man.
So hopefully you can hear Ryan through our audio a little bit. Well, actually, we'll give him Dix for now.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so Ryan,
Yeah.
tell me how difficult that deck is to truly play. We gotta like go up
It's-
here, right? Like,
It is probably like the hardest deck in the game by like it's twice as hard as the second closest deck, I think. And you're doing all this thinking and extra effort just to be at the top of tier 2. Like you have to play it perfectly just to be at the top of tier 2. And I think I made so many mistakes that game, and I'm trying to think back like what I could have done differently.
I honestly, it's really hard because you can't always like embody your whole hand
Yeah.
and like be sure. But like, there were several turning points in the game where you're just like,
Yeah.
even if I wipe my opponent's board or I bounce everything back to their hand,
Yep.
all I'm doing is that.
Yes.
And you can never stick another character.
You just have to have them brick one time.
Yes.
And
But
then
he
you're
did.
good.
He did.
He did, and
He
I
bricked on the
quested for
quill.
like 5, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, now we're good. And then he drew
And
the
he's-
grab your swords that turn,
Yeah.
and just like I literally had lethal, and it's just like here's grab your swords, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
have 2 lore on the board, now I have to rebuild, and you rebuild every time. Like you're so
Yes.
good at rebuilding. The problem with like blue steel is they have that mill win condition,
Yeah.
so like you get those rebuilds, and they're just like, oh, I'm gonna refuel.
And
It
you,
was- yeah.
you did have the gentleman's concession there. In game
Oh yeah,
two.
yeah. I'm not gonna play it in 10 minutes. The problem is like out there, there's like music playing. There's like this beeping that happens every time I open the door. So like the turn,
Okay.
I like had to kill the Tamatoa with part of with a World Criminal's Mind,
Zero.
and bounce his Hiram, and replay my Lucifer to discard the Hiram. I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out that turn, and there's just beeping going on, and I'm like, bro, I can't play this deck in this room right now. It's just
Yeah.
so much external noise.
It's funny
Yeah.
because, like that particular thing is like I felt like on average you played very fast, right?
Yeah, I felt like I was playing fast,
And
but
that
it is like
I
that one
always
turn
say
was
this.
rough.
Like I always feel like I play so quickly that I am allotted that turn.
Yeah.
And I felt that you did that. You're just like, you know what? We got to this point. We're at this stalemate, and it's like this
Yep.
is the turn where I'm like, you just like hit like the stop button on the clock. You're like, this is my time.
Yeah,
you know.
I need this to think.
And,
yeah.
I think it came out the best way it could, and then he bricked, and I'm like, okay, this is it.
This is
a
it.
turning
I
moment.
get a big quest here, and,
And
then I go up to
then-
like 14, and then it's like I have to like rebuild here,
Yeah.
and I don't know if I could have been thinking about the mill win condition.
I mean,
I don't think I had enough characters in my hand to do anything. Like my hand was like double under the sea
Yep.
and like another aerial or something, and it's
Yeah.
just like I don't think I could put enough
did
lore on the
you?
board.
I wasn't positive. Did you ink? Were you playing the Sir Hiss?
I inked
Okay,
it
so
every
you
time.
inked
yeah.
the Sir Hiss. The Sir Hiss, on average, is just like a literal one lore character in play that's like awkward for your opponent to deal with.
Yeah, it's evasive, so it sings all your 2-cost songs and
Yeah.
doesn't die, which is pretty cool.
Right.
It contests Diablo. It turns off Flynn Rider against
Right.
purple red. It hits Castle for 3, which is like a real amount.
Yep.
It sings songs very effectively.
It sings songs really well.
Yeah.
I really like the Sir Hiss.
But
so.
it also, in the end, is like literally the one lore character that when you really just need a character in play
Yeah.
that is free,
Yep.
it's like the closest thing that the deck can do right now.
Yeah, when he wheeled me, like my 7 cards I drew were like all the garbage I put on the bottom from my beer. I guess it was like double Ursula Vanessa, 1-cost Diablo, like 2 Sir Hiss. It was just like all the garbage was
Yeah.
like at the bottom there, and I'm like, I can't
Yeah.
really interact with him here. I needed to be able to kill the Hiram, but
Yeah.
I think I couldn't get rid of it. All I had was Bruno, so
Yeah.
he Hiram drew the wheel and got me. So
It's very tough.
yeah, it's a
Well,
rough
thank
one.
you for hanging out.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Showcasing really the difficulty of that deck.
Yeah,
I
that deck
think-
is so cool, and man, I wish I was like good enough at it to
Yeah,
play it.
I said I was like
high enough level.
I would probably happily play that deck in League every week.
Yeah, it's
But
so
I
fun.
don't know that I would ever have the balls to bring it to a 1K.
1Ks are like leagues. I'm testing for the challenge, baby.
it's my point is like, you know, you just, the deck can beat itself. You can fundamentally beat
Yeah.
yourself. Like,
I
so many
definitely
things
feel
can
better
go wrong.
about best of 2 just for time considerations. Like
Yeah.
it's like not even modern.
yeah,
You just
for you
take
to
so
win-
many game actions that like you're in a winning position, but you have to like navigate it perfectly and then do so many things and make so many like look forward, pick which
Yeah.
one I want, put them on the bottom, and that's just like even if you know exactly what you're picking and there's only one target, you're still like just doing a lot of things that eat up
Yeah.
the clock. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Typical.
yeah,
Thank you very much.
yeah, appreciate it, man.
We'll bring it
I
down.
think you should definitely watch the pod back.
going to, yeah. I'm gonna like just.
We talked about a lot. Yeah.
It's tough.
Are you? Do you have a brother named Carl?
No, I don't.
No, he does not. I mean, more like Andy Biersek's brother. And he was on Amber Emerald.
Yeah. I don't have that exact list, but we have a list that's pretty close. You were playing the Pete's, which I wasn't on this weekend.
I cut the pricky for me. I'm like, this does the same thing, but one has worse.
Did you have Cove?
No code.
No Cove. Yeah. So there's a couple of small differences.
Yep. Dan called Part of Your World before
I
you
did.
played
I called the Party of Your World.
Yeah.
Like he was looking. He's like, "Oh, what bad card did you play?" And Sage, I was like, "No."
Yeah, I was like, what
it's
could Ryan
Part of Your
Miles
World.
you play?
I know all the bad Amber songs.
This is the one of. Play all these one-ofs to get
Yeah,
the toolbox going.
you do.
I got the one of Wildcat. It was
All right,
good.
we're gonna take a small break. We'll be back. We'll go like this. We've been going strong for 3 hours. We'll be right back, guys.